Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, Nelson Harvey, the former president of LSK, has decided to hit out at the Supreme Court and especially Martha Koome over a decision which the Supreme Court made to overturn a Court of Appeal ruling that declared the Finance Act 2023 unconstitutional. Now, what Harvey is trying to argue here is that the Supreme Court ought to have read the mood of Kenyans before shooting down a decision of the Court of Appeal. Now, according to Nelson Harvey, he thinks that there is some kind of game plan here, or the executive has held the judiciary under siege. So this narrative that Nelson Harvey is bringing on board resonates well with majority of Kenyans who think that right now the judiciary can't help Kenyans. So I want us to go extensively into this video by Nelson Harvey. But before you do that, I'd like to kindly urge you to please like this video. I've discovered that so many people forget to like our videos after watching our videos. Also, don't forget to subscribe because that is the only way you make our channel grow. Thanks so much for that support. Nelson Harvey was speaking on a Citizen TV interview, and he made some very bold statements. And there's something which he pointed out and said the Supreme Court is the most pliable of all the courts. That is how he referred to the whole thing. Then he went further to say, or rather suggest, that one moment they say something is right and the next they say it's wrong. So is that the case? Yes, most of the time you find that the High Court makes a certain decision, and then when someone moves to the Court of Appeal, the decision is negated, and then this person goes to the Supreme Court, the decision again is confirmed. So this is what most Kenyans have been treated to, and that is exactly why Nelson Harvey is picking a bone to fight with these people.
Well, in the hierarchy of decision-making from the High Court, Court of Appeal to the Supreme Court, courts are bound to make errors. The only unfortunate aspect of an error that is made by the Supreme Court is that that error becomes the law and is not capable of being set aside by an appeal or review thereafter. Look, the Supreme Court as the apex court is not entirely supposed to base its decisions on what it considers to be the law alone. It is a policy court. It's supposed to read the mood of the people of Kenya. And what is the mood of the people of Kenya? After the High Court and the Court of Appeal declared the Finance Act 2023 unconstitutional, you saw the reaction of the people. They resonated with it. Thereafter, when the people of Kenya took over Parliament on the 25th of June 2024, the President was compelled to reject the Finance Bill 2024. Now, if the successor of the 2023 Act has been rejected by the people, on what basis will the Supreme Court find it to be constitutional? It's on that basis, therefore, that we term the Supreme Court to be the court of last mistake.
I want to take to a certain reaction by someone by the name Odhiambo on this matter. He said on his X, he said, "We respectfully disagree with the court's approach. The urgency of the legislative process cannot outweigh public expectation and interest, nor can Parliament dismiss its obligation to justify its decision by treating legislative processes as non-administrative actions." This is something that Odhiambo, an ex-handler, said reacted to this statement that also Nelson Harvey has reacted to. Now, still on these reactions, lawyer Willis Otieno also called out the Supreme Court as... So lawyer Willis Otieno also called out that ruling as retrogressive. And in his ex-angle, this is what he said: the Supreme Court's ruling on the Finance Bill 2023 is a slap in the face to Kenyans, and doing months of hard-won gains and showing blatant disregard for the spirit of our constitution by effectively granting parliament unchecked authority over budgetary matters. The court has thrown out essential safeguards, leaving Kenyans are vulnerable to unrestrained financial decisions that lack oversight or accountability. Now, this is a reaction to that court ruling. Now, based on your experience now, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to go below the comment section and just tell us whether you think if you are someone who is in employment, formal employment, maybe you think your pay slip, the details in your pay slips are convincing. Are you convinced that where Kenya is heading is the right direction, or where Kenya is heading at the moment is not in the right direction? Just go below in the comment section and you can offer a reaction. Lawyer Willis Otieno calls or terms this decision by the Supreme Court as a retrogressive decision, simply because when the courts made a decision, they did not take into consideration the feelings of Kenyans. One, they didn't take into consideration the financial constraints of majority of Kenyans, and the courts have been giving conflicting, rulings. Like I said, the High Court gave its ruling, the Court of Appeal gave its ruling, the Supreme Court has given its ruling. So it's just like being taken through some roller coasters kind of decisions, so that at the end of the day, you are left confused whether the courts are supporting you or the courts are not supporting you. Because if the High Court maybe confirmed the Finance Bill 2023, the Court of Appeal termed it unconstitutional. Or rather, if the High Court termed it unconstitutional and then the Court of Appeal also termed it unconstitutional, then why did the Supreme Court not consider the decisions of the two other courts? I think this is what is coming out here, and the argument from Nelson Havi, Willis Otieno, and a lot of other lawyers is that the Supreme Court ought to have read the mood of the people. So probably this is the reason why you find that Nelson Havi is coming out clear and saying that there is a great possibility that this judiciary is captured. This is the mindset of Nelson Havi. So I wanted to go below in the comment section and offer a reaction regarding this matter. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until we catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.